Hey everyone, John Runner 88 here with another Star Wars figure review. This time it is the Dark Trooper from The Mandalorian. And we have got 3 of them here because I happened to find some at my local Target. They were slow to get their clearance stuff out, and these were mixed in, and I was able to get them each for about $8. And I would say that is too little money for them because they are fantastic figures, but the $28 is too much money. So I will save the $60. I think that's a pretty good deal if you ask me. But yeah, let's go over these guys a little bit. We'll show the artwork here on the package. It's pretty sweet. Then on the back they've got a little breakdown of what they come with. And they've got 2 extra hands, which is pretty cool that they come with like the fists, and then they've got the blaster and 2 of the like fire effects, and then they've got the charging station, which is pretty sweet. And you can connect the charging stations. You will have some leftover panels because you only need like 1 in between, so you'd like take 1 out and plug like the next thing in. So once you have the first one, you're only going to use 1 of these like side panels for each of the subsequent charging stations that you add on. But they're alright. They just kind of sit in there. I wish like these kind of looked a little better, or maybe if they were, I wish they were like more of like a gummy rubber or plastic, because it is kind of like hard to like squish them in there. They're very rigid pipes, and it'd be probably look a little better if they like almost hung down or something when they weren't in there, instead of just like flopping around, but instead of just like sticking straight out. But you can see already the light piping, which is very nice. It's interesting because I was curious. Well, one of the issues I have with pretty much all of the ones I have, you can kind of see on this side over here, the right side, it's left, our right. It's like the side of the eye isn't like as tight or like pointy as it should be, and that's because like on the side, the way they put the head together, there's like a top piece that sits on the bottom piece, and then when I took the head off, I noticed that the light piping is the ball joint, so it all just kind of like squishes down into like a little sandwich. And I've tried to like push down to like get that side to sit more. It is not budging. I'd have to like really either like take it apart and put it back together, but I don't feel like doing that because I'd probably like scrape the head up and stuff, and it's very glossy plastic, and it would just probably it's going to show every blemish that you put on it, which isn't the worst thing, because I mean, if they did last longer than an episode of The Mandalorian, they would probably have a lot of dings on them. It would be kind of cool if these were like around for a little longer. Maybe we'll have some show up. He had like some on a different base somewhere. That'd be kind of cool to just kind of stumble upon some Dark Troopers. But I would say overall it's a great figure. I know some people were like having issues with the height, and they could be a little taller. They are definitely bulky, which helps them. But I mean, next to Gideon here, it's a pretty head taller than him. I'd say Mando is probably too tall as a figure to begin with, so he's a little shorter. But then you got someone like Luke. Put him next to him. Luke's a little, I mean, is Gideon too short? I don't know. Who knows? Who knows how they scale their figures over at Hasbro. But let's see. Yeah, the light piping is really cool. Definitely a nice little feature. Not the best if you're going to photograph him from the back. It'd be kind of cool if there's like 2 heads, like one with light piping, one without, just to give us like some options. But you can take the blaster off and you can plug that in the thigh, which is nice. Always nice to have some weapon storage. And they come with 2 extra fists. And I would say the fists are like, they look very tiny. I don't know. I mean, it it kind of is the size of the fist if it was closed for like these hands, but I just think like the fingers maybe should have been beefed up a little more, because like when you put them in, they're little tiny fists. I'll put one in because it's pretty easy to get them out. Always good to kind of give it a little twist while you're pulling, and hold it at the joint. You don't want to just pull at the fist. You want to hold like down as far as you can. But the fists, like, they look good, and I do appreciate them including them. It doesn't look quite as bad on camera, but you can even see next to like his other hand that's like opened, the fist looks very tiny. But if it were to be like that hand were to be like closed up, it'd probably be that size. So it's whatever on that aspect. And they do come with the blast effects that you can put in there. In the bottom of their feet, they get an extra peg hole just for that. So, you know, that's fun, I suppose. And the other good thing about all those blast effects is that the same ones that work with, like, the deluxe Boba Fett that we got, and all of the new Mandalorian jetpacks all have holes in their jetpacks. So all of these blast effects can be used with Mandalorians, which is awesome. Because we're probably not going to use them much with these, because like you need like a flight stand or something. They don't give that to you, so it's kind of annoying. Like they give you an accessory, you can't even get the full effect out of it. But they've got all the articulation that you're looking for. They got the new barbell the new barbell hips. A lot of articulation, like you can swivel here, you can swivel there. Like the knee joint is just kind of like floating in between almost. You've got the rockers at the ankles. Only thing it's really missing is like a they don't have a wrist that like goes up and down. That usually helps with like holding a blaster in kind of a neutral position. And then these are kind of rigid, but they can move a little bit. Like if you were to like move the arm up, it's not, I mean, they're up far enough, they're not gonna really get in the way. There is some on these ones, some like glue sorry, some glue, like extra glue, like kind of poking out the sides over there, so I'll probably have to get something to scrape that off at some point. But let's get into more of an issue with the concept of the Dark Trooper. Oh yeah, this belt is like a gummy piece too, and these kind of pipes on the side are like these like hydraulics. They're a gummy. Can't really see. There you go. They're a separate piece, and they're like gummy. They like get all out of the way and stuff. But Dark Troopers, Moff Gideon, he figured out that the issue was the human element in the trooper, and he got rid of the human element. But he's also not realizing one of the other issues, which is, why the heck are you giving these droids a blaster with triggers on them? Why wouldn't you just incorporate that into their design? Have gun hands and stuff, blaster hands, and then they've got like this like ammo around their like shin here. Are you telling me that these Dark Troopers not only have to take the time to reach down and pick up their blasters from their hips, but they also have to kneel down and grab ammo off of their shin to reload their blasters with? Gideon, come on. Come on, Gideon. I know they look cool. You got something about this shiny, glossy black armor and stuff. But I think that's a weird design. The Super Battle Droid knows how to do it. They got just blasters on their arms. I think it would have been... I know this is like reminiscent of the designs from like the expanded universe material and stuff. But I think it would have been better if they gave them like more of a Super Battle Droid feel, as far as like, you know, having the weaponry built into them, because that makes more sense, right? 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 Yes, I'm right. Also, what are these, like, pouches around their belts for? Just doesn't make sense. But that's a design point, like a design frustration, I suppose, just like in universe. Overall, the figures, they look fantastic compared to the source material. They look awesome. Just like whenever Hasbro makes us a new figure, they always knock it out of the park. And they do an awesome job. So, I think that'll about do it for this one. Give the video a like. I'll appreciate that if you do it. Give me a, I don't know, give me something. Give me smiles. It'll give me smiles. Give me a like, it'll give me some smiles. It'll pop up on my phone, and I'll be like, wow, cool, somebody liked my video. Awesome. And you can go follow me over on Instagram, JohnRunner88. I actually took a lot of cool pictures with these guys, with like Luke and everything, so you can check them out over there soon. And yeah, I think that'll about do it. Thanks for watching, everybody. Bye, guys.